I could save my brother's life, but it would kill a stranger. I was staring at the monitor when the alert came in. Hard on route, ETA 37 minutes. Not for my brother, for someone else. A stranger. A 23-year-old woman in another hospital. Her name was Mia. I only knew that because I wasn't supposed to know. I had access. Not supposed to use it. But I did. And there it was. A heart, a perfect match. For both of them. But only one could get it. My brother had days, maybe hours. I could reroute it. Change the recipient ID in the transplant system. Mia would never even know what she missed. Until it killed her. 37 minutes. That was all the time I had to decide. Would I let a stranger die to save the only person I had left in this world? And if I did, could I live with myself? I used to think life was made of moments. Big, bright ones that changed everything in a flash. Turns out life is made of slow, creeping shadows. Choices that seem small until they swallow you whole. My brother David was my shadow and my son. 4 years older, the kind of guy who caught a punch for me before I even saw it coming. He never talked much about our parents dying. Car crash, I was 10, he was 14. But from that moment on, he was both brother and parent. He gave up college, took shifts, slept on couches, cooked garbage meals just to get us through. He never once made me feel like a burden. When I became a systems engineer for the regional transplant network, he was the first to say, "You did it, kid. We made it." He never asked for anything until his heart gave out. A rare congenital defect, hidden until it wasn't. Collapsed during a jog. He was 32. Now machines kept his body going, but not for long. His name had been on the transplant list for 7 weeks. He was getting worse by the day. I visited every night, watched color drain from his face, watched nurses whisper in corners, doctors pull me aside. "We need a miracle," one said, but we both knew what that meant. Then last night, as I prepped routine maintenance on the registry, I saw the ping. A new heart had become available. Perfect match, compatible age, optimal proximity, but the recipient wasn't David. It was Mia L. Reynolds, a 23-year-old dance instructor, healthy except for her heart. Sudden failure, no time to waste. She was already in prep. I stared at the screen for almost an hour, the interface in front of me. So simple, a field, a name, a drop-down. I could do it in 2 clicks. Reassign the match, reroute the organ, one command. Nobody would question it in time, and I could save David. My hands hovered, sweaty, trembling. Then I heard a voice from the doorway. "You okay, Rob?" It was Jessica, my co-worker. Systems compliance. I forced a smile. "Yeah, just tired." She nodded, but something in her eyes lingered. I turned back to the screen, and the countdown had already begun. 34 minutes left. I pulled the registry overlay back up, then clicked into Mia Reynolds' file. She had no family in the area, no spouse, just a mother flying in from New Jersey, ETA unknown. Her heart was failing from viral myocarditis. The damage had come quickly and without warning. She had less than a week, but David had less than a day. I opened his file. Same compatibility rating, same urgency status, but lower on the list. The transplant rules were clear, objective, no favoritism, no emotion. And yet here I was. I thought about what David would say. "Don't be an idiot, Rob. You do this, you lose everything." Would he even want me to? Or would he say it just to protect me from what it would turn me into? I remembered our last conversation, the one before he went quiet, before the meds blurred everything. He grabbed my hand, looked at me with this weak, lopsided grin, said, "Don't carry me longer than you need to. Promise me." I never said yes, but I couldn't lose him. He was the only real family I had. I could change the ID, assign the organ to David. The network would assume a clerical error. The transplant team would follow the data. Mia would go into cardiac arrest within 48 hours, unless she got another miracle. I thought of her lying in her own bed right now, her mom midair, probably praying into a plane window. I thought of David, pale and wired up like a broken machine, waiting for something I might be able to give. And I thought of me, alone, after, with blood on my hands. No one would know, but I would. I typed in David's ID. The cursor blinked. Waiting. I hovered over confirm. 31 minutes left. I clicked it. The system confirmed the reassignment. David's ID replaced Mia's. The routing instructions updated. I watched the new data package encrypt and send. It was done. The moment after felt like silence underwater. My ears rang. My heart thumped so loud I thought someone might hear it across the hall. I walked out of the room like nothing happened. Jessica caught up with me by the vending machine. She handed me a protein bar. "You look pale back there. Seriously, get some air." "Thanks," I muttered. My phone buzzed 20 minutes later. "Organ rerouted to General Memorial. Patient, David Moore." The text hit like a bullet. I rushed to the hospital. My brother was already being prepped for surgery. The nurses were shocked. "We didn't expect him to get a heart so soon. Must have been a glitch in the priority stream." I nodded, tried to smile. Jessica called me an hour later. "Hey, Rob, can we talk about something I saw in the logs?" My blood froze. "Sure," I said. "Later." David survived the transplant. 3 days later, Mia died. Her mother arrived an hour too late to say goodbye. It hit the system like a ripple. No one suspected foul play, not at first. But Jessica did. She always had good instincts. "There was a manual override," she said in a low voice one night. "I didn't report it. I just want to know why." I stared at her. I could lie, or I could tell the truth. "He's my brother," I said. She looked at me for a long, long time. Then she turned and walked away. I never saw her again. David got better. We never talked about it. Not the miracle, not the odds. He didn't ask. I think he knew. Every time he looked at me, there was a question he never voiced, and I gave him the answer in silence. I left the transplant network 6 weeks later. Internal audit, policy change, quiet exit. I still think about Mia. I read her obituary online. Her mother wrote a message about her daughter's smile lighting up rooms, about how she danced until her lungs gave out. Some nights I imagine her last moments. If she knew, if she felt it slipping away. I don't sleep much. David's alive. Happy even. He volunteers now. Heart patients, fundraisers, all of it. He thanks me often. He doesn't know what it cost. I wonder if he would want to. Sometimes I think about calling Mia's mother, telling her the truth, giving her someone to blame. But I don't. I carry it because I made the choice, and now I live with it. So tell me, if you had the power to save the person you love most in the world, even if it meant killing someone else to do it, would you?